habitats like a rainforest, where the humidity is high. The characteristic scales of the reptiles prevent them from drying out on land. Consequently, they can manage in extremely arid conditions. Despite this, many reptiles continue to exploit an aquatic environment. While some reptiles give birth to live young, others, like the turtles, lay eggs. Turtles are really much more at home in the water. The desperate struggle of the newly born turtle to reach the water is similar to the critical first hours of the baby crocodile. Despite their reputation as ruthless predators in adult life, newly born reptiles are predated extensively by birds and mammals and other reptiles. Once fully grown, the tables are reversed. This king skink is enjoying a gull's egg. There still can be danger, however, and many lizards are equipped with a remarkable defense mechanism. When seriously threatened, they can drop a section of their tail as a distraction. Later, the last segment will be at least partially regenerated. While some lizards are virtually legless and are sometimes mistaken for snakes, most lizards use speed as a means of escape. Others have developed threatening display postures. One of the most spectacular is the frilled lizard. Here, it's being threatened by a potential predator. It displays its frill to appear much larger than it really is, while swaying and hissing as menacingly as it can. It can also strike out quite viciously. If all else fails, it will resort to running away on its hind legs. This may appear comical, but it allows the lizard to easily outdistance the relatively slow-moving snake family. Snakes also adopt defensive warning postures. The senses of snakes and lizards are vital to both defense and feeding, but in different ways. The leisurely extrusion of the lizard's long tongue contrasts with the rapid movements of the snake. The tongue, which is not poisonous, is detecting minute quantities of airborne chemicals. When the tongue is retracted, these will be tested in a special organ in the mouth. It's believed that a snake can switch this process on and off. When feeding, it can taste its prey. At other times, it will go straight past a possible meal. While lizards have reasonable hearing and clearly visible ears, snakes do not have external ears, and they're completely deaf. They are, however, sensitive to vibrations on the ground, which are transmitted through the body. Some snakes, like this worm snake, are blind. Eyesight represents another major difference between lizards and snakes. A lizard's eyesight is probably its most important sense. The eyes are protected by an eyelid. In most species, this is movable. Snakes don't have eyelids. The result is a rather beady stare that may appear slightly menacing. In fact, a snake's eyesight is extremely poor. This faculty is further impaired when a snake is shedding its skin. Snakes have a scale over the eye, almost like a contact lens, and in the initial stages of shedding, this becomes opaque and the vision cloudy. The snake seeks out objects to rub against to assist in peeling off the old skin. Reduced vision may explain why this tiger snake has found itself on such an unsuitable terrain. Loose surfaces, such as sand, can greatly reduce mobility. The basic process involved is an interaction between the scales on the underside, the muscles of the body, and the surface over which the animal is moving. Differing species exhibit varying skills. The jerky movements of the whip snake contrast with the brown tree snake, which appears to glide effortlessly through the branches. The carpet python uses sheer muscle power in the same situation, not always successfully. Once away from the vertical, the coils and loops of the body enable the python to achieve feats which appear to defy the law of gravity. Snakes are equally at home in the water. The swimming action is produced almost entirely by movement of the lateral muscles. The snake remains buoyant as a result of air held in the elongated lungs. But snakes can dive, and the highly venomous Australian sea snakes are totally aquatic. Only an occasional visit to the surface is necessary for breathing. They are the least shy of all reptiles, but fortunately are rarely capable of inflicting a bite. So well adapted to moving in differing environments, reptiles are often successful at camouflage or concealment. The king of camouflage is probably the leaf-tailed gecko. Almost impossible to spot. Even the pupils of the eyes match the background to help render it invisible. Some snakes have similar colorations. The pupil of this python is designed for nocturnal vision. The black and white stripes of the bandy snake would seem very conspicuous, but after spending the day under leaves, it becomes active by night, and the bands help to break up its outline, making it difficult to see as it stalks its prey. One of the most successful exponents of camouflage is the Australian death adder, a highly poisonous snake. The death adder is equipped with an unusually cunning device. The extreme end of the tail is shaped and colored to look like a caterpillar. Carefully burying itself under some leaves, the snake settles down to wait. Small mammals and birds are particularly attracted to the apparently tempting morsel. Once they start towards it, the result is rapid and unavoidable. By contrast, most lizards are highly opportunistic feeders. Feeding on small, live prey, they catch them by speed. The meal is eaten whole, and a powerful digestive system takes care of the rest. Others, on the other hand, are very careful feeders, spitting out the unwanted portions. Non-venomous snakes, like this black-headed python, kill by constriction. The prey is suffocated, not crushed, as many people used to believe. The brown tree snake, although it's venomous, may also resort to constriction, although in this case the highly protective parents of these willy wagtail chicks succeeded in driving the intruder away.